explain to you. We're only going to see what has been explained earlier in these verses. Rijuvakradikabhasam alataspanditam yatha grahanagrahakabhasam vijnanaspanditam tatha. So Riju means straight design, a straight line. We move, get what? A straight line. Vakra, if you move like this, you get the forms with curves. The curved forms. Vakram means literally it means crooked. Okay? But here, straight lines, or if you move like this, you get the curved forms. Vakra, Adi means etc. Like straight forms with straight lines or forms with curves, Adikam etc. Mudaliya. Nerana, Valinda, Mudaliya. We say all these different forms. Vakradika, Vakradikam, Abhasam. So Abhasaha, as I told already, Abhasaha means what? The pattern, the design, which is an appearance. All these different patterns of designs are nothing but appearance of the alata spanditam. Spanditam, the movement of the alata. Appearance of the alata in movement is what? These designs and patterns. So what does it mean then? All these designs and patterns are only appearance of the movement of the alata. Means if the alata is not moved, then these patterns and designs will disappear. Which means without the alata, these designs do not have independent existence. In fact, they are not even countable. Why they do not have independent existence? When the alata is taken away, they won't be there. So the alatas are nothing but the one and the plurality, the multiplicity of the alatas, of the appearances, the designs and patterns. All of them are the appearance of the only alata. Therefore, they are all alata only, which means they are all mithya. Here, see the next line now. Similarly, tatha, similarly, in the same way, grahana grahaka abhasam. Grahana means the objective universe, the plurality of the objects which constitute this universe, obtaining in the form of the experiencer and the experienced. So Grahanam means object of experience, Grahaka means the subject of experience. Grahakaha literally means different meaning. Grahakaha means the receiver. Here the observer, experiencer, knower is Grahakaha. Grahanam means the experienced. So Grahana Grahakabhasam means the word obtaining as the experiencer and the experienced. Okay, the world of duality is also only an appearance of the motionless consciousness in seeming motion. Vijnana spanditam. Vijnanam means consciousness. Spanditam means what? Motion. Tatha. Understand? Which means if the movement of the alata is not there, then you can see the patterns also don't appear. Similarly, if there is no seeming motion in consciousness is not there, there is no motion in consciousness, then there is no real motion, the seeming motion possible is not there, the world also disappears. Like what? Like when? Like when you are in deep sleep state, there is no world. The world does not appear. There is no appearance of the world. There is no plurality of objects. There is no knower known division in deep sleep state. There is no experiencer of the waking universe or dream universe. There is no experienced universe also. There is no duality at all. There is only non-dual experience in deep sleep state. Why? There is no motion in consciousness. Why? There are no vrittis, movement of vrittis. Because mind is non-functional, Jagat does not appear. If the Jagat is real, then it should appear always. Until you wake up, for you yourself are not there as an experiencer. You do not know that you are experiencer there. You do not know you are in deep sleep state. You do not know, there is no world for you. Why? Aspanditam. When there is no motion in consciousness, when the mind is non-functional, when the vrittis are not there, there is no world. Again the vrittis come and dance. No, there is seeming motion and the world appears. Understand? Therefore, this plurality of world, the world of duality obtaining of experiencer and the experienced, is nothing but appearance of the consciousness in motion. Vijnana spanditam. Vijnana spanditam jagat. Alata spanditam abhasam. Is it clear now? You have to see the beauty of it. Okay. Aspandamanam alatam. Aspandamanam alatam. Anabhasamajam yatha. Anabhasamajam yatha. Aspandamanam vijnanam. Aspandamanam vijnanam. Anabhasamajam yatatha. Anabhasamajam tatha. Aspandamanam alatam. Aspandamanam alatam. Anabhasamajam yatha. Anabhasamajam yatha. Aspandamanam vijnanam. Aspandamanam vijnanam. Anabhasamajam tatha. Anabhasamajam tatha. So aspandamanam alatam. When the aspandamanam alatam means when the alataha is not moved, when there is no movement of the firebrand, then anabhasam, there is no appearance of the designs and patterns. Isn't it? Therefore, similarly, aspandamanam vijnanam, when there is no seeming motion in consciousness, when the mind is non-functional, thoughts are not there, mind is resolved, thoughts are resolved, when there is no manifestation of consciousness, which means there is no seeming motion in consciousness, anabhasam, the universe is what? Anabhasam. The universe does not appear. you can answer now. Why we do not experience the waking world or dream world in deep sleep state? Because the seeming motion in consciousness is not there. Non-movement of the alata results in the non-appearance of the designs and patterns. The non-seeming motion in consciousness is what? It results in what? The non-appearance of the world. Here you have to understand there's something called Anvaya Vyatireka. Logic is applied here. What is Anvaya Vyatireka logic? See, water is, then the waves are. Water is, therefore the waves are. Means Anvayaha. It means co-presence of. When do the waves exist? When are the waves? The waves are only when there is water. So existence of waves is nothing but the existence of water, isn't it? It's called Anvayaha. Water is, therefore waves are. Means waves are nothing but water. This is Anvayaha. The next verse, so the 47th Karika points out the Anvaya logic. The next, the 48th one says Vyatireka. Vyatireka means what? If the water is not, there cannot be waves. Water is not, waves are not. The movement of the alataha is, appearance of patterns and designs is, or designs are, patterns are. There is no movement of alata, no, there are no designs and patterns. Similarly, the motion, seeming motion in consciousness is the world of plural objects. The objects of plurality appears. The world appears. The appearance of the world. When there is no motion in seeming motion in consciousness is not there, the world does not appear. There is motion in consciousness, world appears. There is no motion in consciousness, world does not appear. What is this world then? World is consciousness in motion. Seeming motion. This Anvaya Vyatireka. Is it clear? Then we can say what? Consciousness is, the world is Anvaya. Consciousness will always be there, okay? It's not, world cannot be. Therefore, world is consciousness. The existence of the world is existence of consciousness. The world does not have independent existence. What is world then? We are going to see that in the following verses. Okay? Alate spandamane vai, alate spandamane vai, nabhasa anyato bhuvaha, nabhasa anyato bhuvaha, natato nyatra nispandan, natato nyatra nispandan, nalatam pravishanti te, nalatam प्रविशन्ति ते अलाते स्पन्दमाने वै न आभासाः. Now the question here he is saying alate spandamane means when the firebrand is moved, when there is movement of spandama, the alataha. Spandamana means being moved. When the alata is being moved, okay, when there is movement of the alataha, what happens? All this, the many countless designs and patterns appear. When they appear, see, when the alata is being moved, when the patterns and designs appear, then you ask these questions. Because I am experiencing the designs and patterns exactly as you are experiencing the designs and patterns, you seeing them, experiencing them, being attracted by them, being carried away by them, you are asked to ask a question. You are reminded of, come on, ask the question. What is the question? I'm experiencing these designs and patterns, where do they come from? Where do they originate from? Do they originate from the alataha? That's the first question, isn't it? The first line says, the three questions are presented in the one verse. Abhasaha anyato bhuvaha. Alataha, do they originate from the designs and patterns? Do they come from the alata? Or anyataha bhuvaha, do they come and join the alata from outside? From the alata the designs originate, or the designs and patterns originate from elsewhere? Where do they come from? Okay, the next line. Na tataha anyatra nispandat. No, the alatas do not originate from these alata. The designs and patterns do not originate from the alataha. Na anyatra nispandat. No, they do not come from elsewhere also. Alatam na pravishantite. No, they do not come and enter into the alata, the firebrand, the patterns. Nor do they come from inside the alata. Because you see only one firebrand, a glowing tip of the fire. When it is moved, you see in many countless forms and designs. As you're experiencing the forms and design, the patterns and designs, you're asking the question, where do they come from? Do they come from inside the alata, or do they originate from elsewhere and go and join the alataha? You understand what? No, they do not go and join the alataha, nor do they rise from alataha, because you cannot establish. Can you establish? Can you talk about them? You cannot talk about the origination of the designs and patterns, nor can you know from inside or from outside. Okay, let's go to the next one, verse now. Na nirgata alata te, na nirgata alata te, dravyatva bhavayogataha, dravyatva bhavayogataha, vijñāne pitathaiva syuh, vijñāne pitathaiva syuh, आभासस्या विशेषतः, आभासस्या विशेषतः, Na nirgataha alatat te. Okay. When, okay, you could not answer. Now you stop. Stop the movement of the alataha. Then suddenly you find all the designs and patterns disappear. When you have, again you have to ask the question, where have they gone? I experienced them before. Now I am not experiencing them. Before I experienced, now they are not experiencing them. If they came, they must have gone somewhere. Have they entered into the alata back, or they have gone outside of alata somewhere else? You cannot establish where they have gone back to. What a simple, beautiful example, isn't it? You cannot say where they have gone back to. You cannot say, yes, all the designs we saw, they all have gone back to the alataha. You cannot establish. So the 4 statements he makes. Gaudapada Acharya, 4 statements he says. These designs and patterns which we experience during the movement of the alataha cannot be established as something originated. They originated from the alata, we cannot say. Or they originated from elsewhere, we cannot say. They have gone back to the alata, we cannot say. They have gone elsewhere, also we cannot say, which means we cannot establish. Why? Because when the alataha's movement is not there, alataha alone is there, no patterns and designs. Therefore, patterns and designs do not have independent existence of their own. They're only what? Non-substantial forms enjoying the non-substantial names as straight and circle and then round and square and etc. They're all nothing but appearance of the one and the only glowing tip of fire in motion. Similarly, the whole world also, you can never talk about the creation of the world. Whether the world has originated all this plurality, the innumerable countless forms and names, they all have originated from Brahman, the reality you cannot say, or they originated from elsewhere you cannot say, nor can you establish where they go back to. People ask, where does the wave go back to? Like that, what happens to the jiva? People ask all these things. Really speaking, you cannot say where they go back to. Why? Because they are not really there. They're only appearance of the consciousness in the motionless consciousness in seeming motion. The whole world is consciousness in seeming motion. How is it possible for us to say this gross, tangible universe is intangible, abstract consciousness? How to say that? Grossest universe, tangible universe, the experienced universe is the non-experienceable, intangible, most abstract consciousness. How can we say? It is as simple as this. The scientist, even though has not yet arrived at consciousness, is able to say this much. Everything here is energy, he can say easily. How can he say the gross metals are, subtlest energy? It is possible for him to say, it is possible for Upanishads to say what? The whole universe is consciousness. Appearance of consciousness in motion. That's what he says here. Na nirgata alatat te. They have not come out of the alata. Why? Because he says dravyatva abhava yogataha. Because of their non-substantiality. These designs and patterns do not have substantiality of their own. There is no substance called a design, a pattern. Minus the glowing tip of the alata, there is no design called, the substance called the given design. They do not have substantiality. All these patterns and designs are non-substantial, name and form. Are appearance of the only substance, movement of the only substance, the glowing tip of fire. Similarly, all these forms and names we see also are what? Only the appearance of they're all non-substantial name and form. Appearance of the only consciousness in motion. So I'll stop here. The same, what has been said in the 49th and the 50th are going to be re-emphasized in the 51st and the 52nd. Then we will Gaudapada Acharya is going to help us think better, see correctly. We do not know how to think on our own. So he will help us think. The Shankar Bhagavad Pada will help us think correctly, and thereby he will help us see correctly, understand correctly. Isn't it? So I'll leave it for the next class. It's 12:05. I don't want to delay you anymore. I would love to go ahead, but still I thought let me stop it. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.